But I think that one has the different plug. It doesn't have the USB plug. It's a
like the actual XLR.
Yeah. But then you get that with the XLR dial thing that I had bought and then returned.
The Wave XLR.
Yeah.
The one thing that's $160.
Yep.
Jesus.
And just to let you know, we're live right now.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right.
What's going on, everybody? Me and Brodny were staring at Amazon Prime deals right now.
So if you want to donate to help us improve our equipment, Cash App is right there underneath Suge and the Venmo.
The Cash App. Yeah, I got both. Hold up. And all. Where's everything at, man? You know what? This is the problem with not like having stuff on one spot. Have everything in every other spot.
Oh, this is the problem with having 15 different monitors like you have? I see you looking around just trying to find shit.
Exactly. You know what I just noticed too?
What's that?
I have a video that Hendo edited for me and I never posted it. And then we're in week 5 NFL season.
Yeah,
this is why he doesn't do things for me.
So I heard about that.
Yeah. Well, let's get the show started, everybody.
Yeah.
Image, your beats are so fire.
I feel we can beat the Browns. We can compete with Baltimore if they have Lamar. And we're right there with them.
That young man put his life on the line for you, for your entertainment.
We were talking all before the game. You know, everyone was like, "Nah, Ravens don't have a shot," and they're right there. What is going on, everybody? How are you all doing? Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day. I know I'm having a great weekend, other than losing $300 because of the damn Packers last night. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm still in high spirits. I'm not going to drop the ball on this. I'm not going to drop the ball on this stream, Brodny. I tell you that.
You know what I realized watching that intro and
there's still Ravens stuff in there. Yeah,
that's not what I was going to say. Get into that part where you have me in it for some reason. That part that needs to be removed. But every week when we do the show, we get to that part. I take my headphones off because I hate listening to myself. And I realized what I actually need is a new pair of headphones. So if you see a great deal on headphones on Amazon Prime deals, go ahead and put it in the chat, or you can hit me up in the Discord or something because I need to get rid of these Hyperlux things.
Get these ones and then get the amp for it. The amp's only like $24 on Amazon, and then you get these. These are like $80.
I don't know what these ones are. Sure, I don't know what that is. You got to send me a link.
These look these.
I see a silver and black headphone. You know how many people make headphones? Sure, you know how many models of headphones there are. I don't know what you have on your head. I need
you gotta use your eyes, Brodny.
I'm using my eyes, Suge.
You need to use your eyes, you know.
Damn it!
And use your hands to type, unlike some people. I gotta mention names.
I can hate Jeremy. Yeah.
Why you hate Jeremy? That man put his life on the line for you, right? What up, Brandon Buck is flying high. Brandon Buck is flying high right now because his Arizona Cardinals are up 2-0 on the Dodgers, and because of him messing, and then what did I say? The Arizona Cardinals.
The Cardinals, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Arizona Diamondbacks. Whatever. You know, one of those losing ass
Cardinals in a 2-0 shit.
Yeah, and then he lost me $300 last night because he's not paying attention to the game like he was supposed to, and the Packers lost.
I have a question for you though, a serious question. Serious question.
So if you're gonna bring up the betting thing, I'm gonna hate you right now.
No, I don't know why I say I'm not like taking shots at you all the time, and you just assume that I am. I said it's a serious question. I don't say I have a serious question before I ask a question like that. How many games do you need to win in the divisional round in the MLB playoffs?
I believe 3.
Yeah, so
I think it's 3.
series.
I think it's it's fine. It's so dumb. Is it 3
so
or is it 3 to 7?
So the Orioles are done. That's what we're saying.
Yes, Brandon Buck, you lost me. You're supposed to be paying attention to the game.
The Orioles are down 2-0 in the series, and they're down 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th right now. And listen,
they're done.
And listen. I let y'all have it this year. Last year, when you were like, "Oh, they're going on a run," no, the Orioles, blah blah blah. I was like, the Orioles are bullshit. Don't bring that around here. And they didn't make the playoffs, right? But this year, they won a ton of games. Second best record in baseball. I didn't say anything about the Orioles, right? Now look at you.
Look at how he talks and uses "boy" in front of him.
Because he's a fucking racist.
Forgets that 25%. Wow, Brandon. Wow. Do better. Yes, best out of 5.
Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it.
What is going on, Mr. J? Hope you're having a great day. Baseball isn't for me, but we all enjoy different subjects. As Brodny, baseball's not for a lot of people, apparently.
No, it's not. Nobody likes baseball. That's all right.
Some people like baseball, Brodny. Some people like baseball.
Some people like going to the ballpark to drink and read, hang out with their friends while there's an activity going on in the background. Nobody likes baseball.
People love going to damn Dodger games to fight. They do. It's wild how people go just to fight. And I should have pulled the video up, but I don't, and I don't really feel like looking for it.
Well, the difference is with baseball, they go there and they fight about just random stuff, whereas other sports fans fight about the game because they are invested. Baseball is just about.
But they don't. But Brodny, they don't even fight with other fans. They fight with each other. It was a video of 2 Dodger fans fighting each other. Can you put some fight in the Dodgers rather than each other?
Nobody cares about the Dodgers.
I care about the Dodgers. Every cholo in LA cares about the Dodgers.
They don't. Nobody cares about the Dodgers.
At least it is still football from Tyreek's spot. Bro, that video, they were about to kill that man. They were about to murder him and bury him on that field if he didn't get that football back. Brodny, dude, not cool.
But he didn't say, Rodney, you're wrong. So.
Well, we're about to have a heated discussion about these games because I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say.
A heated discussion. And I don't care about the Ravens. So
I mean, I can get you going. I can get you going.
I don't know about all that.
We'll see. If you call me Sugarton or you start calling me by my real name, then that's Then a fan recently died at a football game from a fight. Yeah, the Patriots fan.
And way to bring us down, Pilaf.
Pilaf is like, I just wanted to, remind you guys.
This football's serious.
But before we get into the Ravens Steelers, because this is now a Steelers Panthers game, a Steelers Panthers podcast. Some of the scores from this weekend, Brodny, and watching back what we picked.
Did you hear
Commanders?
Did you hear what you said? Did you listen to yourself just now?
No.
Let me run that back real quick. Before we get into the Steelers game, because this is a Steelers and Panthers podcast, let's talk about every other game. That's not the Panthers. But we're gonna talk about the Panthers after the Steelers. We're going to talk about all the other games. Here, I don't know why I put up with the disrespect.
I mean, if you guys can win a game, maybe I'll start.
We can win a game.
Hopefully so.
Choosing not
this
to.
Year? Choosing not to. Bears Commanders. Who saw the Bears scoring 40 points with your old receiver?
and I would have been quarterback. Should have been quarterback. It's all right though.
If only. And
I'm happy for Justin.
there's a lot of fans going around saying, what if this person did this? What if this person did that? A lot of what ifs in this week of football.
What if they didn't take the third or fourth best corner in the class and took a franchise quarterback when they needed one? What if indeed?
What if indeed? Jaguars beating the Bills. We both picked the Bills. Wasn't good.
And you know what's really messed up is I didn't want to pick the Bills, but I didn't want to. But I had picked against them the past couple weeks, and I didn't want people to think that I hate the Bills because I don't. But I felt like the Jaguars were going to bounce back, but then I was like, no, I can't make that pick.
Wow,
it's all bad.
Falcons stunned the Texans, and
I don't know if you say stunned them.
I mean,
they are the Texans.
The Falcons weren't that good though.
Yeah, but they're the Texans.
You're just saying that because they beat us.
No,
I tried to throw my team under the bus.
No, I'm just I mean, they had the same record going into the game. Like it's not a wasn't a
yeah, but
stretch.
we both picked the Texans.
Yeah. Desmond Ridder looked like an NFL quarterback for the first time though. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Desmond Ridder. All right, let us get into Steelers versus Ravens. Now, like I said, all week, I had to endure the trash talking. I had to endure the we're gonna get stomped out.
I want to stop you there
Okay.
because you're setting up a little pity party reversal. But it was really you that was talking about how badly the Steelers were going to get beat and how you didn't want to do the watch along with Hendo because
I never said that.
Yes.
Now during the watch along, I didn't want to do the watch along.
And you said that you didn't want to see people smirking faces and people are going to be talking trash and all that stuff. But that's not even why I wanted to stop you there. I wanted to stop you real quick because shout out to Caleb. Carolina hasn't won a game yet, but they don't have any loss as embarrassing as the Cowboys have suffered so far this year, losing to the Arizona Cardinals and then just getting run off the goddamn field 42-10 by the best team in the league, the 49ers. And I apologize, Suge. Please continue.
You just wanted to stick it in the Caleb a little bit more?
I mean, goddamn. And talking trash after the game. Oh, you don't want to see us again? Why the fuck not? Why wouldn't they want to see the team that they beat by 32 in the playoffs? Well, you think they're scared? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We can talk about that in a little bit. But going into this game, like Brodny said, I did a watch along with Hendo, and Hendo was just in me. And that sounds weird. Pause.
Wow.
For three quarters was just
a lot.
Was just going at me for this game. But Steelers were able to get some crucial takeaways and score a touchdown, take the lead, and win the game. Now, before we get to all the drops, because I know that's what you want to talk about, because that's what every Raven fan wants to talk about and use that as an excuse. Could have fooled me. I will just say this, and I think maybe, and this is where I think maybe you and me might get into a little bit of a heated discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I watched probably 8 or 9 streams over the last 2 days of Ravens content.
Because you're a Ravens fan.
I am not a Ravens fan.
Why are you watching Ravens?
And because I wanted to get notes, I wanted to see reaction. That's the same reason why I watch Steelers content.
No, you watch Steelers content allegedly because you're a Steelers fan.
Do you want to see my history, my browsing history?
I don't watch. I didn't go and watch any Lions streams this week.
Well,
I was gonna say a team that we beat, but then it's not happened yet.
So I want, and the one thing I will say, is that yes, Lamar did not play a bad game, but that interception was bad. That was a very bad interception. The throw wasn't close. it came at one of the worst times and in the worst spots of the game.
Look, the interception was bad, and that's a dumbass call that every team in the league does constantly when they're near the goal line. It's the least effective route in football, that fade route, and particularly, yeah, statistically, it's the least effective, and particularly when you're targeting a 30+ receiver with no knees who has just coming back off an injury, who hasn't done anything
earlier
yet.
in the game left the game.
Was limping back to the locker room earlier in the game. But no, it was a bad pass. Some people would say Odell didn't fight for the ball at all, which he didn't really, but he wasn't going to get to that anyway. That was at Joey Porter, essentially, right? It was
You would have thought Joey Porter was a receiver.
Yeah, it was a bad throw, but I will disagree with you. He was great outside of that throw. There were some people who let him down, but Lamar himself was great outside of that pass.
So that's where I'm not gonna say I disagree with you, but then at the same time, what happened in the fourth quarter then? Why wasn't he great in the fourth quarter? Because the drops became between quarters 1 and 3.
I mean, the drops came all game.
But the big drops where people are like, well, that should have been a touchdown, became and what's the thing what I was watching, especially with Coach Evans, shout out to Coach Evans, make sure to check out his content. Were the drops that he thought could go for touchdowns. And those drops were in quarters 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, they dropped 4 touchdown passes. But there were drops outside of that, and look, I'm not saying that he was perfect outside of that. I mean,
nobody can be perfect.
Everybody makes mistakes. Like he scrambled out of the pocket and threw one into the dirt, 3 or 4 yards short of, I think it was Mark Andrews on that play late in the game.
Well, he's not going to catch it anyway,
right? But no, he was great. He made a lot of great throws, and like the reality is, it's just, at some point, people, it's like what we talk about all the time when an offense doesn't really get going, right? And we talk about this in Baltimore a lot. Like if the offense is stalling and the defense is holding, eventually the defense breaks. If the offense doesn't get anything going, doesn't get any points on the board, eventually the defense gives in, right? Which is exactly what happened in this game, right? They shut down Pittsburgh's offense for the first 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters.
That's not hard, Brodny.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's what happened, right? They shut them down, and then you give up the one play that looks much worse because that one play kind of loses you the game because the offense didn't put any point. Lamar, I mean, you saw the Ravens roundup, right? I'm assuming, and Coach Evans had the graphic up there with those catches. Lamar throws for over 400 yards, and that's assuming that none of those receivers gain any yards on their own, right? He was great, and 1 or 2 mistakes doesn't change that. It's just that the rest of the offense let him down.
Okay, and Jeremy says I'm putting this on. I'm not putting on this on Lamar. We obviously know the drops. Firstly, I put it on the defense, to be honest with you, because like you said, they were shutting down Pittsburgh for 3 quarters.
I wouldn't put it on the defense. I would put it on the defensive coordinator before the defense, because why are you leaving Marlon Humphrey by himself on George Pickens in his first game back? No safety help, all that. That I think that's more of a defensive coordinator thing than because guys are going to get beat. That every
guys are going to get beat, but it started like in the third quarter when hey, they don't call it.
Exactly. He should teach Baltimore's receivers to do that.
Right. Well, first he needs to teach Baltimore's receivers to catch the ball.
Well, okay? I mean, listen.
Let's start out small. And I'm not blaming Lamar. I'm really not. But personally, I have no sympathy for the Ravens right now. I kind of did Sunday. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sucks. But and this is not like a shot at Coach Evans or anything like that. This is more of what I saw on Twitter, what I saw watching videos. And people kind of just what they were saying. Again, I understand the drops, but that was, let's say, early in the first quarter, third quarter, things like that. What happened in the fourth? Like you just said right now, the defense let a couple plays go by, and then they let Pickens get a touchdown. Your defense, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is supposed to be one of the top. And I'm not saying you, because I know you're going to say you.
My
the
defense
Ravens even.
My defense sucks a lot. They have 42 points this week.
But they scored 24. So, but you're supposed to be, from all I've heard from Ravens fans, is we got one of the best defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It wasn't like we got a pick and then Kenny was at the 50 or the 40. They had us backed up to the 20, 25, I think, because it was a what is not a safety, touchback. And he drove down the field under 2 minutes, and about 2 minutes. And the reason why I was bringing up Lamar is because what I have been seeing is if the roles were reversed, Pittsburgh's up 10 points, Baltimore's down, and Kenny throws that pick, Kenny is getting murdered, getting ran off the team by other people for if he throws that pick.
Okay.
And I'm not saying we should do that same to Lamar. He was playing, you're right. He was playing a really good game. He was doing things, his receivers let him down. But at the same time, Ravens defense, who you even said, shut down Pittsburgh, and then all of a sudden gives up within literally two. Because I think even if you go look at the stats, I don't know how if I have them up. Through 3 quarters, I think Kenny Pickett only had 100 yards throwing, if that. He didn't have any, and then he finished with only 12 yards less than Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I understand drops, but you had a whole quarter not only to stop Pittsburgh, but to also score, and they didn't either. So, like I was having a conversation today on Twitter with somebody. I said, "So which one is it? Are the Ravens just not? Do they not have the players, or are they mentally weak?" Because you had a couple drop balls go against you. You had and a lot of people. I saw people saying, "Well, the Ravens' defense was tired." You don't think Pittsburgh's defense was tired being stuck out there because their offense couldn't move the damn ball, yet they made plays. Chris even said it while I was watching the roundtable. He says, whenever Pittsburgh needs a play, TJ Watt shows up. When's the last time we've said about the Ravens, when the Ravens need a play, this player shows up and makes a play defensively? I don't think we've said that since Ray Lewis and Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like, yes, Pittsburgh dodged some bullets, but at the same time, I don't think Baltimore's as good as they think they are, because a good team could have recovered from that. A good team would have recovered from that, and a good team could have shown some mental fortitude. And maybe it's a coach, because I know you guys really dog on him, even though he's a great coach, real good.
Wow.
Come on, not taking the points. That how great is that?
Yeah.
But which one is it? Because for me, if you're saying because the excuse now is, well, we should have got D-Hop, or we should have got this person, Mike Evans. Okay, so you don't have the players. So the players you have are not what you need. So stop saying that you have these great, one of the best wide receiver cores. Clearly, you don't, because you're saying that he needs more help. And to be honest with you, the Ravens have Lamar Jackson is great. There's even a hater cannot admit that Lamar Jackson's not great, because he is. The guy is spectacular. But the organization's letting him down, and people who are trying to throw him under the bus, saying he took so much money and that's why they can't get other players. Things like that. I think you're dead wrong, but I think the players around him are not that good. And I was trying to kind of say that on Hendo's stream, where I just think that the players around him are not what Ravens fans think they are, or they're just mentally weak.
Well,
It's
look,
either or.
I think that the team is now, and I want to be clear. I'm not saying this about the individual players, right? Because like I don't think Lamar is mentally weak. I don't think Odell's mentally weak, right?
Yeah.
I think as a
I agree
team
with you, though.
they are, because that's the mentality that John Harbaugh instills in them. You watch the Baltimore Ravens play, they always they look lifeless, right? And everything's a struggle for them. They're always making mistakes, and that is all down to coaching, right? And I agree with you with the receiving core. We all did a lot of projection with the receiving core, right? We say, hey, Zay Flowers is a rookie, and I mean, obviously, you're always projecting with a rookie, but we look at Rashad Bateman. You say, hey, if Rashad can stay healthy and be the player that we thought he was going to be, if Odell is healthy, and maybe he can get back to form. And then that core looks really good.
What about the other guy?
The thing is, those things didn't happen. Nelson Aguilar is right on.
And was assisting people down. My man just started throwing babies out the window. We was catching them. Unlike Aguilar and his mishaps, I like to put that out there.
I'll say this. It was a terrible drop that Nelson Aguilar had.
Horrible.
But
that was the worst one. That was the worst one.
No, that wasn't the worst one. That wasn't the worst one.
Which one did you think was worse?
Bateman in the end zone, wide open.
The ball was kind of behind him.
It was not.
He should catch him.
That ball was not behind him. That ball
was here.
It hit him dead center in his hands. Suge. That ball was nowhere near behind him. He just dropped it. Also, Mark Andrews in the end zone.
Yeah, that one was bad. But the Zay Flowers where he fell, that was me Jedi force pushing him. So don't blame that one on Zay.
Yeah,
okay?
but I was with Aguilar, yeah, that was a terrible drop. But listen, he caught his other 4 targets. Yeah, he had 5 targets. He caught 4 of them. He only dropped the 1. That's more than I can say than the rest of them. And he's contributed more than Odell and Bateman has this season. So I don't have any. I mean, look, you can't drop that pass, right? But like Aguilar has played, pretty well for Baltimore. Odell and Bateman haven't. But what I was saying, so there was a lot of projection going on, and it hasn't worked out yet. And I said on our show yesterday, none of us are in the locker room, right? We're not in the practices or anything, so we don't know if it's just, hey, Odell is still kind of working his way into it, because he didn't really practice this offseason. He didn't play in the preseason at all. So and he is just coming back from an injury, so maybe he's still working his way back, right? Maybe the same thing with Bateman. Bateman has been hurt, and we don't know if they're still kind of gelling and rounding into form, or if it's just, hey, Odell's washed, Bateman isn't who we thought he was, right? Yeah. They should know that. And if they think it's the latter, then they have to go and get somebody. If they think it's the former and they're just kind of, getting into form for the season, then they'll be fine, right? Every team has games like this. We saw the Kansas City Chiefs in week 1 lose to Detroit because none of their receivers would catch a pass, right?
Yeah.
And they're fine, right? So it is what it is, kind of. But the reason it's such a big thing for Ravens fans, and why it's been such a big thing in all the streams and on Twitter and everything, is because John Harbaugh teams look like this constantly, and you can almost predict exactly when it's going to happen, right? Because it's happening, and no offense, but it happens when they play teams who they are better than, who they should beat comfortably. They never do. It happened against, right? The Colts were starting Gardner Minshew, and they're the Colts. They should have won that game easily, but they didn't, because John Harbaugh coaches this team, and John Harbaugh doesn't ever get them ready to play for these kind of games. Now, me being an idiot, I thought, hey, it's the Steelers. He'll have them ready to play the Steelers regardless of how good they are, because it's the Steelers. But no, John, it's the sign of sometimes some would say it's a sign of a great relationship, right? Like he's still finding ways to surprise you. Because he did not have them ready to play for this game at all.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, and to a point I do agree. Now, again, like I was saying, I personally, and I've said this the year, and everyone wants to talk trash to me, and that's fine. And it's funny because I always look at Jose. I love watching Jose when he talks about football, basketball, whatever. But I see it in Jose a lot when he talks about the Ravens. I see when I see Jose talk about the Ravens, is I see a person really trying to convince themselves that this is a good team, but deep in his heart he knows they're not. But he's trying to convince himself.
There's that's there sometimes. Like I had been telling him for a couple of years, and this is before we even started the show. I had been telling him for a couple of years that John Harbaugh needed to go. He didn't want to hear it. Like, that John Harbaugh, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. They're in the playoffs more often than not. He was not trying to hear it. I'm like, John Harbaugh sucks. You need to get out. You need to get rid of him, right? And it just, it takes a while to kind of, when you're a fan of a team, it takes a while for you to really turn on the team.
Oh, right? You're telling me?
I love Dave Gettleman. I was like, I don't care that he was rude to Steve Smith. And then
you mean Ravens great, Steve?
I do not. And then my man drafted 3 corners in a row, and one of them who bit constantly on double moves. And my man said, "Yeah, he bites on double moves, and I like to have a milkshake. So what?" And I was like, incredible quote, but we can't run a football team like this. And then he went to the Giants, and he dismantled that team. So we're good again.
Look, and this wasn't like I was trying to take shots at O's or anything. But what I was trying to say is, I have said when people argued with me about, like, there's a person on Twitter telling me how the Ravens in the last 3 years have had one of the best drafts ever. Really? They're one of the best run organizations ever.
Oh,
really?
Man. That is something.
This team is a top 4 team. A top 4 team, even though all those drop passes happen, they will still win.
Now, I will say this. I did have them as one of the top teams in the AFC. I had them winning that.
I know you did.
Division,
I know you did.
Right, and again, that's a part of that.
They can still, but they can still win it. They can still win the division. They can still win the division.
And that really lies on Lamar, right? And how great of a player Lamar is. If their O-line is healthy, and they kind of they gel a bit so that he's not under pressure constantly, this receiving core will be fine. You're not going to have a game like that probably ever again from them. It's the same thing I said with the Chiefs in week 1 when they were aggressively batting balls down from Pat Mahomes, right? I was like, they're never going to play that way.
Their own receivers are doing it.
Right. Yeah. I was like, Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore are never going to have a game like that again, at least not at the same time. And they won't, right? And you're not going to see this kind of game again from these receivers probably ever.
But let me ask you a question, Brodny.
Yeah.
They may not have this game again. They may even win the division. Mm-hmm. But do you trust this team going into the playoffs?
Well, and this is where, like I said, it's always a lot of projection, right? One of the big factors in me saying I think that this offense was going to be great and this team was going to be great and picking them to win the Super Bowl was the assumption that Greg Roman is the reason their offense looked like that the past 5 years. But now I see that it's not Greg Roman because Greg Roman's gone, and John Harbaugh has Todd Monken still running essentially the same offense, or has them looking the same, right? I assumed that they wouldn't be running Lamar Jackson as much as they still are. They look like the same team, and I have to assume that's because that's the way that John Harbaugh wants the team to run.
Dude, you know what I saw? I saw on Twitter and everything I was watching, and it made me laugh. Even Coach said it, and I know Coach was kind of joking or kind of maybe just okay, well that sucks. Maybe it was joking or whatever. But I saw tons of Ravens fans begging for Lamar Jackson to run the ball that game, begging,
yeah,
saying please run the ball. And Hendo said it. Hendo said it during the stream. Some of the plays they were running. He said, Suge, they're trying to kill him.
Yeah.
The plays they were running, they are trying to kill Lamar Jackson because he they're just running plays, and like there was times like TJ Watt got free hits on him.
Yeah.
You know, Highsmith got free hits on him. There was that one play where it was a fake handoff to Zay, and TJ Watt killed Zay, and then somebody else killed Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does the receiver getting the fake handoff get killed and Lamar? Like they both got killed in like, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Zay, he got punched in the throat earlier in the game.
He sure did. Yeah, because the Steelers are fucking dirty. Like, good Lord.
He hit it dirty. He was punching for the ball.
Dirty as he was punching for the ball in dude's visor. He punched him in the face, Suge.
It was more than
he
that.
hit him with the forearm. No, it was not. Go watch it again. He hit him with a forearm right here, right in the eyes. But no, this is what's going on with that is a similar thing to what's going on in Carolina. Baltimore can't block right now. You know, and part of it has been that they've had guys hurt. But Ronnie Stanley and Linderbaum are back. Stanley had a very bad game. And again, we don't know if it's still him trying to get to 100% or if he's just lost it. But he played very poorly, and the line as a whole really can't block. They can't protect, and you're never really going to get your offense going if you can't block anybody.
That's true. And
which is why you can't drop 4 touchdown passes because you're not going to be able to make up for it.
True, and you got to be able to stop TJ Watt, who played amazing in that game.
I'm not even gonna crush dude for that. Like, yeah, you might want to slow him down a little bit. You're not gonna stop TJ Watt though.
Did you see that missed chip by Justice Hill?
I saw Hill taking care of Justice Hill.
Bro, he didn't even get close.
Yeah.
How do you miss that? Like, how do you miss something? Like, at
least
your foot, get him. Maybe a shoulder.
I will tell you how you missed that in one word: intentionally. All right. And I'm not saying that he did it to get Lamar hurt. I'm saying he didn't want any part of TJ Watt.
All right, let's move on.
Let me get out of my route and we'll see what happens.
Prayers up to Lamar. Figure it out. Yeah, let them figure it out. All right. Bryce Young puts up 3 touchdowns, and you've said this many a times, he's getting better and better every week.
Yes.
Problem is, Detroit put up 4 touchdowns in the first half.
Sure did. That ain't on Bryce. That ain't on Bryce.
Not on Bryce.
And I'm not here to talk about the Panthers defense. I'm here to talk about Bryce Young. And Bryce Young is showing, for me, he's 5 games in. And he's showing all the signs that you would want to see from a young quarterback that they're going to be your quarterback for a long time. He's an accurate passer. He makes good decisions for the most part. I mean, everybody is going to. He had a bad interception in the first half. He didn't see the defender there. But I mean, that happens to even guys who are in their 20th year. Hall of Famers. But
never happened to Big Ben.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he leads the NFL. No, it's Brett Favre.
Brett Favre does.
That's Big Ben. Yeah,
proudly, mind you. But no, but he knows when to throw the ball away. He makes good decisions with where he's going with the ball. He's a very accurate passer. He's good moving around in the pocket. He knows how to manipulate the defenders before the pass. So he's got all that going for him. But they have issues blocking as well, and they have issues with the talent on the outside in the skill positions, and that's just the way it's going to be for now. The offensive line is very young outside of Taylor Moton, and wide receivers are kind of old. These Adam Thielen, DJ Chark he's not old, but he's not young, and he's had some injury issues, and even when he was healthy, he's not anything special. Kind of waiting on Jonathan Mingo to really develop into a consistent contributor. Jay's guy, whose name we're not even gonna say, is worthless. Didn't play a single snap this week. So it's just
the golf is
golf.
too much for the Panthers. Wow.
You need to put that man in timeout. You need to put Jeremy in timeout. But yeah, Jay, no, absolutely. I think I don't have any issues with Bryce Young at this point. I think that he's shown enough through his 4 starts for me to say, yeah, I think he's going to be the guy that we all kind of expected him to be. He's going to be that guy who was worth taking number 1 overall. I think he's got it. It's just a matter of the team catching up to him. And unfortunately, the Panthers are one of the worst run organizations in football and have been for a very long time. I don't know how it managed to stay that way after they got a new owner, new GM, new coach and everything, but it's still there. Hopefully they can overcome that though. Hopefully this new coaching staff will alleviate some of those concerns. It's not looking great so far. Frank Reich is looking a little stubborn. But if they get him to loosen up a bit and let the other coaches do their jobs, then hopefully the future will be bright for Bryce and the Panthers.
But do you think it's gonna be bright next week? They're playing Miami.
It's not. It's gonna be the darkest of times next week. They gave up 42 to a team that didn't have Amon-Ra St. Brown and was got 2 catches out of Jamison Williams. So I don't know, and didn't have Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know what they're gonna do with a team that has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and just brought in Chase Claypool. I don't want to say thankfully, obviously, because we don't like when anybody gets hurt. That's a bad thing. But Chan isn't playing next week. Devon Chan isn't playing, so it'll just be Raheem Mostert. So yeah, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, sure, yeah. No, I know it was his fault. He said that guy's trash. Tell him to sit down. And then after the game, he was like, "Oh dang, yeah, I forgot that guy. That's my bad." He didn't want that dude out there. For what? For what, Jay? For what do they want him touching grass? Damn it.
All right. We are going to move into the picks this week because I feel like our top 5, that's what I'm going to start calling the segment, our top 5, is going to be taking a long time because downloading the pictures for this made me super hungry. And I feel like we're going to talk about a lot of things with it. But let's upload it.
Jeff Wilson ain't good, Jay. Jeff Wilson ain't good. And yeah, no, I'm messing with you, but he should have played, obviously. He should have played way more than he didn't, because he didn't play any snaps. But yeah, he should be out there next week. Jeff Wilson, not worried about though.
Brodny, you last week had a horrible week in picking games.
I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, you picked only 6 games right.
I think I had a great week picking games, and a lot of the players didn't do a great job sticking to the script, right?
or catching balls. But we are tied 39-22.
Yeah, so what's that say about your picks?
I do dumb picks. Like watching the videos back, I don't know why I fucking picked some of the picks. What? So
you're saying your picks suck.
Oh, my picks are great. All right, let's get into this week. I'm gonna not make these bad decisions because I watch back our videos and I go, God damn it. Why did I do that? So we're gonna be smart this week.
Okay.
Philly,
here we go.
Philly, Tampa Bay, and Philly. Who you got?
Always picking the home team on Thursday and the better team. I'm taking Philly.
I'm definitely taking Philly.
You gotta put a shirt on, Suge. That's all. You gotta put. Somebody just messaged me who's watching and they're like, "Where's your tank top?" And like, that's not a thing. All right, it's not.
Okay,
It's not what this show is.
Hold on. Time out. I am wearing a tank top because it's hot as hell in California right now. Once it cools, it gets a little cooler, I'll wear a regular shirt.
I don't care. Just buy a lighted
No, I don't have. I don't
All
have
right.
any. All my
Put the
shirts
picks
are
back up,
big.
man. Let's go.
All
Put the
my
schedule
shirts are
back up.
big. God.
This is
Miami at Jacksonville.
2021.
Oh goddamn. Okay, well, hold up. Let's delete that. Let's find the one that I was supposed to get.
All right.
Why do that, Brody? You talk.
Wow. I don't want to talk. That's not why I'm here. Okay.
Why is that 2021?
I'm not here to filibuster while you find the right year with the schedule, because I probably
Buster
should have known
Douglas?
that. I don't even know who was even playing on Thursday.
Oh, it doesn't get much better. Hold up. I got it.
Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Thank you, Jeremy.
Jesus.
Jeremy, you've got us in the chat. He said it's 2021.
Thank you, Jeremy. Dude, I was in a hurry. I was downloading other shit. Okay, screw
There
off.
you go. All right, Denver and
Zesty
Kansas.
Baby, what's up? I don't even know who that is.
Who knows?
Yeah, Denver at Kansas City.
Yeah, so sticking with and the better team, taking the Kansas City Chiefs.
I am also taking Kansas City. Baltimore, Tennessee.
This one is in London. And you just got to believe that they're going to bounce back from that.
No.
But prior to the season, I picked them to lose this game because I said, hey, they're going to be coming off a couple of wins, and this is a trap game for them. But having lost to the Colts and the Steelers, they'll be ready to go, taking Baltimore.
DeAndre Hopkins is about to go for about $123 touchdowns.
Okay.
And Ravens Twitter is going to go on fire.
You taking Tennessee?
I'm taking Tennessee.
You ain't taking Tennessee. You taking Tennessee?
I'm taking Tennessee.
Okay. Washington at
Atlanta.
Atlanta. This is a pretty tough one because I think Washington's a better team. But that doesn't mean that they're going to play like that every week. And Desmond Ridder played pretty well this past week. And that doesn't mean it's going to happen next week. So I don't know. And in cases like this, you go with the home team. I'm going to take the Falcons.
I am going to take Washington. Why are all these games at 11 and 2:05? What the hell's going on?
You have it in Mountain Time.
Well, there we go.
There's a Minnesota at Chicago. I'll tell you one thing that I am buying. I am buying Justin Fields and the switch flipping and the connection with him and DJ Moore. I am also buying the fact that Kirk Cousins sucks even when Justin Jefferson is out there, and Justin Jefferson just got put on IR. So I'm taking Chicago.
Definitely taking Chicago here. Seattle, Cincinnati.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they exploded last week. I think that is going to get them rolling. I'm going to take Cincinnati.
Or was Cincinnati? San Francisco, Cleveland.
Jesus, man. Like, here's the thing with San Francisco. Like, they're going to lose at some point. They're not going undefeated. And they're not going to keep this, because I think 14-game winning streak right now. It's not going to keep.
Isn't it 14-1? Because he started a game, but then he
No. They won. The only game they've lost is the playoff game. But the regular season win streak is at 14, I believe. But it's not going to stop this week. It's Cleveland. So I'm taking San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. Do we want to skip this one? Carolina, Miami. Hopefully this Miami acts like the Miami Hurricanes and decide to run the ball.
Fucking god damn it, bro. All right, listen. Detroit at Jacksonville.
Well, who are you taking, Miami or Carolina?
I said I'm taking Miami. I said it multiple times.
Just making sure. Detroit at Tampa Bay.
Man. Detroit and Tampa Bay. Taking Detroit for sure. I hate Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I'll take Detroit. Indianapolis, Jacksonville.
Anthony Richardson is out, but Jonathan Taylor is back. But they are still the Colts, and it is Jacksonville, and Jacksonville looks like they may be turning the corner, so I'm going to take the Jaguars.
I'll also take Jacksonville. New Orleans, Houston.
I'm taking Houston to bounce back this week and get the win over New Orleans.
New Orleans how much did they put up on?
34 on New England.
On New England? And New England is, I'm gonna take New Orleans.
Okay.
New England,
Speaking
Las
of
Vegas.
New England, this is crazy because these are two of my never pick teams. But
You got to pick one.
But New England is looking like if it weren't for Carolina, they might be one of the worst teams in the league. I'm going to take the Raiders.
Yeah, I'll take the Raiders. Arizona at LA Rams.
You know, I got to give the credit. They are a much, much tougher team than I thought they would be. They don't really have the talent though, but they are very competitive. You know, they don't lay down, but it is going to be the Rams.
I'll pick the Rams too. New York Giants at Buffalo. Battle of New York.
Wait, what? You skipped one. That's why I was confused. You skipped Philly and the Jets.
Philly and New York Jets. Sorry.
The Jets are similar to the Cardinals. I mean, they have a lot more talent, obviously, than the Cardinals do. They were expecting a Super Bowl run, but even with Zach Wilson at quarterback, they're fighting. And Philly has looked vulnerable. And I think I'm gonna pick the Jets in an upset.
Ooh, no, I'm definitely taking Philly here.
I know I'm gonna regret that one.
New York Giants at Buffalo, Battle of New York.
Listen, doesn't matter that Carolina hasn't won a game. The Giants are the worst team in the league. I'm taking Buffalo. And Buffalo. Big.
Buffalo. Dallas at LA Chargers. Is Dallas going to get beat down again?
Can they bounce back from what San Francisco did to them? I don't know. I'm gonna take the Chargers at home.
I'm gonna take Dallas. I believe in Caleb. I believe in
Caleb. Don't play for the Cowboys,
but he roots for them. All right, so I figured this is going to take the longest because God knows where this is going to go. Top 5 favorite football snacks.
I feel like it's just going to go to a list of our favorite football snacks. And this is not how you asked me the question when I made the list, mind you.
All your stuff is football snacks.
No, my list was just all sports.
Okay, sorry, all sports,
not football specifically, but it doesn't really make a huge difference anyway. You don't need to change it. And this is just dead air. Now everybody noticed your son walking in the background, whereas maybe if we were discussing something, it would have just passed without.
There you go. Top 5 all sports. Okay?
Thank you, Suge.
All sports.
Appreciate it.
All right, so we'll start with your list.
Okay.
And I know you usually give me your list. It's not really in order, so we'll just go from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, because it's not like favorite foods, but these are kind of different.
Very different.
I'll have these in different circumstances, I guess I would say. The first one that I put on there is this is anytime food, right? It's just the New York style pepperoni pizza. That's just that's a hit no matter what you're watching, no matter the expectations going into the game, no matter what who is playing, what sport it is. Pizza's that's an easy win, right? You're not hitting the highs, but you're not. There's no potential for disaster with the pizza.
So when you eat your pizza, are you just eat the pizza? Do you put Parmesan? Do you put red pepper? Or do you dip it in ranch?
Man. Okay. First of all, do not insult me with a ranch. Okay, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Wait a minute. And then the next food you eat with ranch too. So what are you talking about?
No, the fuck I don't.
Do you eat it with moldy cheese?
No, I don't. I don't dip. I don't dip the wings. Like
Wow.
I may maybe like put hot sauce, but typically no. But typically I just eat the wings. But no, the pizza. It's I used to be real big on the red pepper and the Parmesan. I know you remember when Pizza Hut was a respectable restaurant, and you go in there and they had the Parmesan and red pepper shakers. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. Every single time I'm hitting both of them. Nowadays, it's a little less convenient. So I'll do it sometimes, but it's not a every time thing.
I never dip my pizza in ranch. You should try it.
I knew I liked you, Jeremy. I knew I liked you.
You shit on Jeremy every single time, and all of a sudden you like
not true. That's not true. I keep Jeremy in check. That's what I do. All right.
All right, let's go with your next one.
Next one is the lemon pepper wings. Okay. The best.
That's why I wanted wings tonight.
The best flavor, by far the best flavor of wings. This is really like the only wing that I will eat bone in because it's worth it. Otherwise,
Are you a boneless wing person?
Yes. Listen.
You're just eating chicken nuggets.
I don't care. Okay, that's not an insult. It's easier to eat. It's less messy. But like I said, I'll go bone in for the lemon pepper wings. Now, those are kind of a, like I said, the pizza is just a whatever, anytime kind of thing. The lemon pepper wings are more of a, hey, I'm excited about this event. And it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a fun time. It's not really, I'll say this, it's not really a I'm watching my team kind of food, right? Because it is a little messy, right? With the, you get the sauce and everything, and you don't want to have dirty hands, in case something happens, good or bad, and then you're accidentally touching stuff, and then it's a disaster. So this is just a hey, I'm watching the game of the week. It's Dallas and San Francisco. If it had lived up to the hype with the Cowboys actually being a decent team, but it didn't. But that's the kind of event you want with the lemon pepper wings. All right.
Lemon pepper wings are good. A famous TikToker just made a Las Vegas pizza shop famous because of that. Because he went in and tried their lemon pepper wings, gave them a positive review, and the store within 3 days he was actually contemplating shutting it down because he couldn't afford to pay his rent anymore, and made enough money to keep it alive and open up some more stores.
Nice. So it's a feel-good story for you.
It's a very on some lemon pepper wings.
Are you
bone in or bone out?
You listening, Jeremy?
Bone in. It's bone in.
You see what
anybody eats bone out, they're eating chicken nuggets and they're weird.
Doesn't matter. Call it what you want. Okay. Call it what you want.
Yep.
Now,
all right.
Next up, these next two are very similar for me. But I'll go one at a time. I guess the empanadas. This is what you want for, again, it's similar to the lemon pepper situation. But this, for me, has more of a boxing vibe. And the same with my next pick, which was burritos and tacos. And this is going to sound bad, but, you watching boxing, there's a pretty good chance one of the people involved in the game is Mexican, right? And you're kind of going on theme there. But no, but seriously, it's a similar thing where you're, very excited, very flavorful, and these are not kind of the same level of messy as the wings, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of the lemon pepper situation taken up to the next level, and just a better all around experience with empanadas are like they are a tier 1 food. Okay, because we got all the flavor, none of the mess, no utensils required. You can have them on the go, whatever you want.
I will say, if you ever come to California, there is a place.
I've already been, but that's all right.
If you ever come to hang out with me, there's a place called Lord Empanadas down the street, and down the street, this place has all kinds of empanadas. There's one that's messy. It's a birria empanada, so they have the consomme, so it's a little messy. But they have the one I got was a spinach and mushroom, but they have this chimichurri sauce and this hot sauce with these empanadas. They're goddamn delicious. They are freaking amazing. Damn, empanadas are only this big, but they're the consomme. The chimichurri and this hot sauce to this place with that. Oh my god, is amazing. Yeah. Very good. Lord Empanada. It's out here in California. It's down the street from my house. It was amazing.
But the other thing with the empanadas and the burritos, they're an anytime food, right?
Yeah.
And this is why I say also that it's more of a boxing thing for me, because boxing events go until 1 in the morning. And
West Coast, it goes until like 9.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck your coast. All right, listen. It's the East Coast that matters, and these are things that you can go back and get. you start off the evening with it, but then you can go back later and grab it anytime, and it's still a great snack, I guess you would call it. But it's an all night thing.
Are you a breakfast burrito guy?
No, God, no.
No. What's your choice of breakfast burrito? Like chicken, asada, al pastor? Do they have
typically
out there?
Yes.
Okay.
What planet do you think the East Coast is on?
Well, you're in West Virginia.
Oh,
I don't hear a lot of Hispanic guys or Latinos being like, I'm in West.
There's a lot of Hispanic people here, but this next one. But typically I just go with the chicken, just because.
Okay.
But this last one, this is a 2023 Carolina Panthers special, because this is what I would eat when it's like you're gonna watch the game and you know it's gonna be a bad time, and you just want some of that comfort food, And for me, I'm a real big pasta guy. I love noodles, but I also, as you know, as we talked about, I love Chinese food. So I get the plain lo mein noodles and some nice steamed dumplings, and then I can focus on that and not worry about what's going on the screen. I can still enjoy myself a little bit.
So when I was looking for pictures for this, I don't know if I got the right dumplings you like. Is it the ones that are kind of like a half circle or the big ones?
Yeah, no, they're like they're kind of crescents. They call them pot stickers.
Yeah, see, because I got these ones.
Okay, those are like
oh, they're actually, never mind. They're there.
Yeah, they're on the right there. Yeah.
Yep, never mind.
Accidentally.
Yeah, but this looks amazing.
Hey, Bao are good too. Those are good.
Yeah. No, this when you told me you like this, I was like, oh god, that's amazing. They're the low man's great.
But listen, you know what's happened recently? The Chinese place here, they do lemon pepper wings. So now I get the plain lo mein, the steamed dumplings, and the lemon pepper wings. It's 3 meals. Like I mean, because it's a lot. It's a lot of noodles. It's like 6 dumplings and then 10 wings. So it's I'll have it for lunch, dinner, and then lunch the next day. But it is incredible. I thought
you could say I ate all of it in one shot. I'm
no. It's legitimately 3 meals, but it is amazing.
That sounds so good. That's why I Chris is getting me wings tonight, because I saw your list, and our list. One thing is similar, but we have a different flavor. So when I get into mine, but we'll start off with mine. This is one of my favorites. Kristen makes this for me all the time. Anybody that makes this at a party, for a fight, for football, for a Super Bowl party, anything, I am happy. Especially if you put imitation crab in, and that is bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Wow,
I love bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. They're amazing.
I can tell in your voice. Like, you sound like you need some alone time right now.
Cheese and especially if they use the cream cheese with the crab, and then they put some cheese on top, and then the bacon. Ooh.
Sounds like way too much.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And then later that night, you're just burning up because you ate like 10 of them, and now your throat and your butt hurts, and it's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love how
you like the burn in your butt.
I do. And what I really love, and I can't get them because by the time you get home they get cold. But I go to a sushi place, and I like the sushi ones because they use the imitation crab, but they're not. But some of them, they'll deep fry them in like the tempura batter, and they don't use cheese or anything. But then they put fish egg on top.
Oh, it's disgusting. Do you like imitation crab more than actual crab?
I can't eat.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm allergic to it.
No.
I'm allergic to it.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a little odd that you kept specifying imitation crab.
Yeah, because if I eat real crab, I'm dead. So when I go out to West Virginia, you're like, you want crab cakes?
Kind of a last meal thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I used to eat it before. I used to eat shrimp and crab and lobster, and then all of a sudden one day my throat swelled up, so I haven't ate it since. It's been like 20-something years. It sucks. Okay?
Yeah.
This next one, you'll probably see me eating it all the time on camera. I eat it all the time.
No.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Okay.
No, this one, anytime I'm gonna watch a fight or gonna watch football or basketball or anything, I always have to have this, especially this color of it, and that is chips and salsa. I have to have green salsa with a lot of onion in it, with a lot of onion and a lot of lime. It's one of my favorite. I love onion. I love whole onion of the. Anytime I eat anything, when I eat certain food, a lot of onion. I love onion. So when I want my salsa, I want it with a lot of onion in it. And I like green salsa because red salsa gives me heartburn. But I like green salsa and I like the taste, and I like putting a lot of lime, a little bit of salt, and some tortilla chips. I'm good to go. You'll see me usually eating chips and salsa all the time. This next one I don't get as much because I can't really find anybody that can make it good. But I love them when I see them and when people do them. And it's one of my favorite kind of barbecue things, especially for like a fight, Super Bowl, and that is barbecue burnt ends. I love burnt ends, especially when they're tender and you just pop them in your mouth like candy. But then you've ate so much damn red meat, you start having gout and shit. But they're amazing because the way I watch people cook them, they put a ton of butter, they put brown sugar, barbecue sauce, all this stuff, and it just tenderizes the meat, and you just pop them all day. A close six for me was deviled eggs. I love deviled eggs, but then it messes me up. You don't want to be in a room with me after I ate like 10 deviled eggs. It's just not good.
Wow.
The next one, we agree, wings.
Yes.
But my flavor is a little different, and I dip these in ranch like crazy.
Disgusting.
Garlic Parmesan.
I used to on the garlic Parmesan, and you know what happened? Honestly,
You grew up?
No. I got them from like Pizza Hut and whatnot, and theirs are bad. It just really turned me.
Well,
off
that's your problem. Why'd you go to Pizza Hut?
No, I know, but it's Pizza Hut and I think Papa John's does them as well, and they're just bad. And I'm like, just take it away. I don't want it. So I can't even look at those anymore.
That's actually what wings are coming from me: garlic Parmesan and barbecue.
Okay.
I am not a big hot sauce wing guy. Like I don't like mild. I don't like buffalo. But again, we can make it happen. Absolutely. Real quick, I want to point out Jay's comment. He said loaded nachos, wings with a dab of ranch, Hawaiian pizza, sliders,
pizza,
Doritos, and
Rotel dip.
Rotel dip? What's Rotel dip? Oh. You know what? And I had picked a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had picked something else, and I just realized that I didn't put it up here.
What?
So this is another shout out. 7-layer dip.
No.
Add a picture for it.
Absolutely not.
That is the most thoughtful thing white people ever made. They said, let's take everything Mexicans like, throw it on top of each other, and they'll love it. I love 7-layer dip. Shout out to 7-layer.
That's because you're white, Suge.
Not what my DNA says.
Yeah, it says you're black.
And then this next food,
you got one of the Amazon Prime discount.
I did. And then this one proves that I am Mexican. It's my favorite. Favorite. He's in here. He's gonna say it right now. Menudo. This right here, I eat every Sunday watching football. No matter what, it could be 10 o'clock in the morning, it could be 1 in the afternoon, it could be the Sunday night game. This is what I want.
And explain what menudo is.
So menudo is the inlining intestines of a cow with hominy, which is corn. So they cut it up, they clean it. You boil the meat, then you put it together, and it's amazing. And can of Rotel, tomatoes, a block of vanilla cheese, pepper, and ground beef. Okay, I know what that is.
Jay.
Okay.
I'm very disappointed in you.
Right? And you mad at me about my 7-layer dip.
I'm mad at you about a lot of things, particularly menudo.
Menudo's amazing. And the way I like it. Now, if Caleb isn't here, this is where he say I'm not Mexican. Because Most Mexicans eat their menudo with corn tortillas. I hate corn tortillas with my menudo. It has to be flour. Has to be flour. Flour tortillas. Flour.
No. I mean, I'm sorry. Not kind. What brand do you buy?
Oh, it could be any brand. It could be homemade. It could be brand store. I don't care. As long as they're flour.
Wow.
It has to be flour. I need about a bowl of onions, 4 limes, and about that much salt.
Wow.
Because I put a lot of salt in my menudo. That's probably why I have high blood pressure. But that's what I love. I eat it. If you ever watch me doing watch alongs, matter of fact, when we did the watch along with Hendo, I had menudo waiting for me for about 45 minutes. That damn game took so long. I had to reheat it up, and me and Hendo sat here watching Coach's stream while I ate, and he was eating too. I love menudo. I will eat it till the day I die. None of my kids like it. Nobody I know in my family like it.
They're very intelligent kids you have.
Brodny, I used to get yelled at. So in California, I think it's everywhere, does it? But you know how it's your birthday, and you she's like wants to be in the camera. You go to a restaurant and you say it's my birthday, you give them your ID and you get a free meal. Well, here in California, there's a Mexican restaurant that my mom would always take us to for our birthdays, and you got to pick from the combinations. I would always beg to get menudo. When I was sick, I would beg for menudo, and she would yell at me because she's like, "It's greasy as hell. You're not supposed to eat that while you're sick." But I'm like, "It's soup." She's like, "Not the damn soup you need." And I would always get in trouble. I love menudo. I eat it over, and if you talk to a lot of Mexicans, they like pozole more. I hate pozole, unless it's green. I like green pozole. And pozole is just like menudo. The difference is it's just beef. It's actual beef, not in like.
So nothing like menudo at all.
No, it's the same. It's red. It's it's just it kind of the
They're
same
both
thing.
red.
The meat's different. Well, the meat's different, and then they both have hominy.
It's the protein. It's the protein that matters. All right.
But
you can't say they're the same thing when one of them is a stomach lining and one of them is just the part that you're supposed to eat.
You could eat the stomach.
I said yes, you can. I said the part that you're supposed to eat.
You're supposed to eat the stomach.
No, you're
it's
not.
Good for you. Like just like when parents have kids, the male adults.
I don't want to.
You didn't do that.
I don't have kids. Sure. It wouldn't.
I thought you were like me.
It didn't go as it didn't go as poorly as I thought. But when I heard you say just like with kids, I'm like, that's a red flag, and somebody needs to hit the dump button. Like they have on stations. Hey, somebody's about to swear. Hit the dump button. Take it off the air so they don't get fined. You saying just like with kids is a red alert.
Red alert, just like on Starfield. Does Starfield give you red alerts?
No.
Or that's Star Trek. All right. Well, my wings are here. We're about to get out of here. How is Starfield going? Are you still playing it? I know you.
Right now, I'm taking a break from Starfield because I beat it, and I'm starting New Game Plus, and then Assassin's Creed Mirage just came out, so I'm jumping into Assassin's Creed, and then I'm going to be going back to Starfield.
Okay, nice. I'm playing Fortnite. The Halloween update just happened, so I'll be playing that. And I've been playing Magic tournaments again. Like I said, I wasn't, but I'm still playing. And I got a big tournament in 2 weeks for $2,500. And hopefully I win. And if I do, I'll probably donate some money to Lunch Break Hot Take and Rogue Podcast and maybe some other shows that I watch, And so, yeah, so wish me luck. Hopefully I might do it live. The problem is I'll have to delay it because I don't want people cheating again. So if you do come in my stream and, I don't talk right away or say anything, which I usually don't anyway when I'm playing Magic, it is because it's delayed. It'll be like a 5-minute delay. But come hang out. Probably might go live tonight and play some Fortnite ranked, which I don't know why I put myself in that position, but I like torturing myself. Shout out to Mr. J when me and him are going to get into some Fortnite hopefully soon. Tomorrow, live me and Mr. J, the last episode of Ahsoka. We are going to watch it. We have not watched it. I have avoided spoilers for 6 days. So we are going to watch the last episode live, and then we're going to talk about it. So come hang out with us about 6:40 p.m. PST. Me and Jay will be doing that. And then next Friday, they know Suge and Amber is back. We'll be talking about God knows what. Last time we, for some reason, got on DC and Marvel because Brodny started talking about DC and Marvel. And
that what happened? I wasn't on the show, Suge.
I remember you talking about in the chat. You were talking about DC and Marvel, and I do apologize that we started out so late because it was damn near like 1 a.m. almost close to like 1 a.m. So we are gonna we're gonna start going earlier. So come hang out with us. Appreciate everybody that was there, hanging out, talking. We are gonna be doing a lot. They have Halloween skins. Yes, I don't care about the Halloween skins. I just want to play Fortnite. Play solo, ranked, or duos, or whatever. Hey, Suge and Amber, yes. Shout out to we're a trio, me, Jay, and her when we play Fortnite. It's amazing.
Hey, your picture was up there too, Jay. Shout out yourself.
Right. So make sure to come hang out with us tomorrow for the Ahsoka review. And make sure to
Fortnite, but that's all right though.
You know, really the one I ask you to get Apex, you yell at me. So if you want to play Fortnite,
no. I told you I already had it. Well, no, I already had Fortnite and I got rid of it because it's goddamn terrible. And I can't. And listen, I was joking, I know, but you know why I don't play games online with you, because you begged me to get Call of Duty, and I bought it, even though I hate it, and then you never played it.
We can play it.
No,
I'll stream it. We'll jump into the voice chat so everyone can hear you talk.
You're a year late. You're what?
That's the person that put work in your folder.
I know.
Just saying.
I know.
They'd be lying.
The worst.
Yes, we are going to do a Loki 2 season review. Actually, need to talk to you about it, Mr. J. See when we're going to start doing that. But Brodny, let people know where they can find you and follow you. And see
you can find me over on Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live stream every Wednesday evening at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, followed up by the overtime show for our patrons. You can also find me over on Sip to Tally Films on Monday at 9 p.m. doing the Ravens Roundup with my brother Jose, OTR Mike, Chris Just Joking from the Deep Cover Pod, Hendo from the Rogue Pod, and of course Coach Evans from Sip to Tally Films. You can also find me obviously here on Tuesday nights, and then when we feel like it, on Saturdays on Ring Kings podcast. We're going to be doing some recording this coming Saturday. Suge has sent in his pound list.
Finally,
we're gonna get that recorded. We're gonna talk about some of the recent news in boxing, and then anytime there's a big fight, we live stream afterwards. So definitely go over there to Ring Kings podcast and hit the subscribe button if you have not already.
There hasn't been any good UFC fights.
No, it's because UFC sucks.
It's really going downhill. It's getting bad. It sucks. Other than that, are you watching Loki?
I'm waiting until the season is over.
I tried to talk to a couple people into doing the Loki review with us, and I got told the same thing about it. They're like, no, I just want to do it at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So that might be a thing. I don't know. I got to talk to Mr. J and see how he feels.
It's just you and 10 other people that like week to week.
I love week to week.
Mm-hmm.
You
ruin it for everyone else.
Don't get jealous because you don't like week to week.
You ruin it for everyone else.
Wow, that's rude. You're a rude person. You know what?
You're a rude person.
So with that, I will say,
fuck you, Baltimore.
And
because Old Man Gamers is back. No, it's not.
Also,
you're poor, you're broke, and no one gives a shit about you. And you need to realize that.
That one's true.
And
did you wash your ass today?
And with that, yeah, any last words, Brodny, before we get out of here?
Not anymore.
Have a good night, everybody. He's lost for words.